You know, I didn't think that I would be doing another progress report at any time, but I am. So, let's get to it. So, you're probably wondering what all has been going on with things. I just want to remind everyone who's been here for a while that this has been the worst summer of my life. Um, it just has. To everyone who is new to the channel, first and foremost, welcome. I hope you stick around for a while because I plan to entertain you for a while. Also, please bear with me if things are a bit slow. You see, some of you have probably just heard that on September 11th of this wonderful month, I buried my father. At the time of me recording this, it has only been 1 week since I buried him. You know, it, you know, I really can't say enough about that. You know, I came off of a funeral last week, and a lot of people are on their little deals about what happened this year on 9/11. Me, like I said, that was the day, 9/11 this year was the day I buried my father. You know, Father Hell was put to rest on this day. And that was the second worst day of my life. You know, the first worst day of my life was on July 1st when I buried Mother Hell. And having both of my parents die this summer is the most disgusting thing to happen. You know, lose one, fine. That's a little bit easier to manage. Lose both so close to each other. This has been nightmarish, you know. I know I'm grown up, okay, but still, if you were to tell me after doing all of those hospital trips since February 20th of this year that I would be burying both of my parents this summer, I would have looked at you and told you you would have lost your damn mind. But that is exactly what happened. I buried Mother Hell in the middle of summer. I buried Father Hell at the end of summer. And I'm family still kind of fucked up over it. There's no other way to just be nice to say it. Like the family is still fucked up over this. You know, this is not something that anyone should have to endure. All right, death sucks. The fact that it happened This they died this close. And I've said this before. I think I've said this before. Both of my parents have had COPD, you know, chronic obstructive pulmonary disorder. This is what happens when you smoke cigarettes for decades. But ever since February of this year, I've been literally every 2 or 3 days up until the times of both of their deaths. I have been back and forth going to the hospital. And it's wild that I've done all this hospital time. And it's sad the fact that the only time I'm actually getting to breathe is after both of my parents are dead. I hate that. I hate having to say that, but it really does suck. And I keep telling everybody, like, my brother and I, Major Blood 12, we were lucky. We were lucky that our folks gave us this talk. They spoke with us about them dying. I'm probably going to make a post in the community about that, but I just need to vent about all of this, as well as give you guys a progress report on what's been going on in the channel. Because it's not just videos that have been hit on the channel. You know, it's merchandise in the shops too that are taking the hits. And it sucks having your designs taken down in your Smurf shop. And between dealing with 2 funerals in the span of one season, I really haven't had the time to put up designs. And the current designs have run their course in the Smurf shop, so let me buy this. Try to buy another piece. Am I gonna? Well, I've already equipped the new piece that I've just bought. Let's just test it out. So, one of the things I have to do is put more designs in the Smurf shop. I had hoped to have some out right now for the Halloween season, but it's that's a dramatic jump. I hit the exploding barrel and the debris from the barrel is coming through. That's wild. And it's gonna be some of the craziest mess ever. But here's the thing. Here's the thing about it. Hopefully I can get some designs up. Oh, This is a 3-round burst. Okay. That's great. I didn't know this was a 3-round burst. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. But yeah, I got to get things situated in the shops, and then merchandise can roll right back out again. Whether or not I'll be able to get merchandise up for October, I'm going to see. Sip my drink there. This is kind of a hot day today. Gotta stay hydrated. All right, so new on the channel is Acecraft. Honestly, I'm glad that you guys are enjoying the Acecraft stuff. Makes me smile. Like, it's a lot of people are saying that this is literally the Cuphead. It's like a ripoff of Cuphead, but a good ripoff of Cuphead compared to what is it game Enchanted Portals. Yeah, Enchanted Portals was the name of the game. I was shooting at that robot in the back of the head, and it kept missing. And I saw the projectiles hitting the back of the head. Distance barriers, man. Like the Tom and Jerry collab, and Acecraft is actually asking players how they're doing in the Tom and Jerry collab, and I don't have either one. I just recently pulled Jerry's wingman, but I don't have Tom or Jerry. Wow, really? You just didn't want to grab this one? Ah, let's try that again. But it's fine. I don't have either one. I'm probably not going to get either one. I would like to get Jerry. Down the stairs, please. There we go. But we'll see. You know, how am I liking the game? I'm actually liking the game a lot. A lot of exploding barrels in this section. A lot of exploding barrels in that section. I'm liking it. It's kind of like a game based off of the aeroplane stages of Cuphead. You know, and while it's not really Cuphead, it's like a mixture of Cuphead, like Hilda Bird from Cuphead meets 1942 and they have a love child, and that's what this game is. And they just recently released a new pilot coming in, so that's great. Oh, that's what I like. They must have had a lot of barrels in this building. Oh wait, no, this is a 3 round grenade launcher, and that's why. Okay, so yes, glad you guys are enjoying Acecraft. Plan on playing more of that. Um, Snoopy's Town Tale. Oh geez. I think my biggest issue now with Snoopy's Town Tale, as far as these events are concerned, is just not having the land. I think that's the big issue now, is just not having the land. And the scenes just take up so much space. There we go. That felt better. You know, and because they take up so much space, you have to have the appropriate amount of land to be able to put all this stuff there. And if you don't have the land, then setting up the scene and all the stuff that goes with the scene is completely moot. You know, I was really looking forward to playing more of this Renaissance Fair thing for Snoopy Town. But I'm gonna give you guys at least one more episode of this stuff. That way I can say I can give you 2 episodes. It just sucks, man. 3 round grenade launcher is actually ooh. Yeah, 3 round grenade launcher is good. I think I'll change my gun after this stage. I'll go back to the 1 round zapper. There we go. Yeah, I do plan on playing October's though. The Halloween event is kind of yeah, got to do that. you know, Grimakin is having a little bit of a rough day handling this stick, man. But yeah, um, I have Halloween area set up, so I just have to move things around in the Halloween area. But like a Renaissance Fair area, I would have loved to have that. And here's the thing: apparently, there are 2 scenes in this event that you have to buy, and I'm finding this out. So not only do you have to deal with 1 scene for this Snoopy Town, there's a second scene, and depending on the characters, and many of their bundles have gone off because I've been busy dealing with everything with Father Hell's funeral. I wasn't able to get you guys, announced that some of these were going on. Like I completely missed some. Now they're doing the shields, which that was one hell of a snipe. Um, didn't even go through the cracked open door though. All right. But yeah. Now, somebody asked me about this particular game, and they're like, well, how far does it go? This game goes pretty far. I don't know how far it goes. You know, I really don't know how far this goes. They're probably going to add more levels. They need to give out some more special guns. They're like, that's what they need to do. They need to give us some more special guns. Like, as you can clearly see, I'm on level 1001 in this game. So, and I'm on world 9. Some people are a lot farther in this game than I am. And more power to you. And frankly, I'm glad this is one of those games that look like one of those ads, those little ad-based games. But it's actually exactly how it's designed. Because like this I can do. It's actually pretty decent. You know, I will play more of this in video form for everybody, but it doesn't get views like that. Shorts are coming along pretty well though. Every now and again I will put up a short. Like there was one little Acecraft short that I wanted to do, but it was 6 seconds too long, so it didn't register as a short. So that was a beautiful shot. And I have to remember that even though we have like a 5 minute deal on shorts, I have to figure out how to adjust it so shorts are 5 minutes long. How the hell do you not hit these guys and the barrel is right in front of them that blows up? I'll never get that. Strategic placing to shoot twice, I guess. Let's see. Smurfs Village has updated again. So I will be doing I will be covering the next update soon. They already did the update for past the mermaid stuff. I did like the new mermaid stuff, but like they're keeping the budget for the Smurfs film, which is already available on Paramount Plus. So there you go. I don't know if they're gonna put it on Netflix or not. Like they put the 2017 movie Smurfs: The Lost Village on Hulu recently. So if you haven't seen that movie, please do. I did review that movie as well as the one that was in theaters this July with Rihanna as Smurfette. So check that out. Yeah. Um, Merge Dragons got an interesting little bit of updates too. You know the Shiny Days event? Apparently, What happens is if you clear the first dragon on the Shiny Days event, you'll get access to a second level of Shiny Days. Now I'm going to be real. I've only cleared the Shiny Days normally one time. And it is a trial to clear that. I'm glad I was able to hit the barrel. So that's getting, oh, I missed that barrel. Didn't miss it that time though. So yeah, yeah. Smurfs Village is getting updated. Merge Dragons second has a part 2 of Shiny Days. So yeah, there's that. They also have a part 2 in camp. So if you heal all the land in the base camp, they'll give you a second camp. I haven't healed all of my land in my first base camp, so I don't have the second base camp yet. Now, when I'm lucky enough to heal up the first base camp, sure, then I'll cover that. But until then, I gotta wait it out. But yeah, that's just about it. There are, I haven't forgotten about Mario Kart World. I'm just still not set up with that. I have to finish dealing with all the paperwork for Father Hell, and I'll get into that because Kirby Air Riders, then the Kirby Starcross Worlds is, there's just so much I have to catch up on. So to the guy who asked how many levels there are in Helicopter Escape, I don't know. I'm on World 9. I'm up to level 1006. You're probably a lot farther in the game than I am, but I don't know how many levels there are. I haven't even fully maxed out all the guns. But I will every now and again post up shorts of this. Snaker is started a new season too. They got a new fire boxing snake. So maybe I'll put up a little something of that too. I think I just did a short of Serpent Zuma. But yeah. If you guys have any questions about the channel, please ask. And please pray for me. But with that being said, this is going to conclude the progress report. Thank you for allowing me to vent about the death of my parents this summer. Not sure how things are going to work going into the fall, but I'm going to do what I can. And hopefully, I'll have some merch for you guys to buy in the shop. But for now, oh, yeah, that's right. It's coming up on the end of September. I got to start looking for a bird for Thanksgiving. I got to go prep the oven, so I'm not done. Bye-bye, everybody.